I think if you give 10 points for each category, there's like 3 categories that are critical to being a great wrestler. And the first thing is you got to have the right look. And if you look at any wrestler that was a success, like from Hulk Hogan to Andre the Giant to Warrior to whoever was the top guy, they always had to have that a special look to them. Like when they walked in the room, it's like when Hulk Hogan walked in the room, you noticed like he was the biggest guy in the room. Or Andre or Bundy or whoever, like it was just this presence about him. So look is a very big thing in wrestling, how you look. And the other thing is your promo skills, whether you can sell the product, whether you can sell your look. And then you have all these wrestlers that were great promo guys. And then you have the third category is actual wrestling ability, whether they're good wrestlers or good workers. And as an example, like someone like Hulk Hogan, he was like 10 out of 10 on his look, 10 out of 10 on his promos, 3 out of 10 on his wrestling. That's being generous. So you give Hulk Hogan like a 23. Someone like Steve Austin, you look at him, you go 9 out of 10 on his look, 10 out of 10 on his promo. His wrestling, you give him a 9 out of 10. Like he has a pretty high rating. And then like Shawn, his look is like 9 out of 10. His promos were 7 out of 10. His work, 10 out of 10. So you get a very high ratio. In my case, I was, let's not get, I got enough to eat. But in my own case, I was probably a 6 out of 10 on my promos, maybe a 8 out of 10 on my look, or 7 out of 10 on my look. I never looked like Hulk Hogan or Warrior or any of these guys, but I looked enough of a part to at least work. I never felt that I was, that I was too, like I had a good a high enough number anyway, but I think my work was a 10 out of 10.
So what would you give Drew? What would you give Drew in those 3?
I think he's got like a 9 out of 10 look. I would give him maybe just because of the accent and stuff, you might give him a 6 out of 10 on his promos. And for his wrestling, I give him like a 9 out of 10. I'd give him, so it's a pretty high up. And how WWF and all these guys, these geniuses in Connecticut, like they just overlooked all that when they let him go the first time. When they let him go and didn't do anything with him, I was stunned. I always thought it has to be idiots. All the guys that I know that have hands-on control of what's going on in wrestling in WWE are all guys that never drew any money. They really never drew any money. They're not big stars. The guys that are calling the shots are guys that never really made it in wrestling. They're always middle of the card. Well, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the wrestlers. I'm talking about the guys that tell the wrestlers what to do. And I think the wrestlers today are as good as, maybe better than the wrestlers have ever been. They're better athletes. They have a better schedule. They're more intelligent. I don't know that in all my years of being around Triple H, I never saw him come up with one idea for anything in a match ever. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's actually a genius and can figure out all kinds of things. But if they're going to hand the reins to Triple H, you may see the WWE slip way down, because I don't think Triple H has any ideas about anything. He only knows how to connive.